Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a super crucial piece of diagnostic advice straight from the channel Mechanical Master. We're going to break down a really simple, incredibly direct test that you can do to verify the health of your engine's cooling mechanism. Let's just jump right into it.
All right, so to kick off this whole diagnostic loop, we have to establish the initial trigger condition. And that means, well, letting the engine get hot. Now, most modern engines operate safely right around that 200 degrees Fahrenheit mark. But in the context of Mechanical Master's advice, reaching that specific operating temperature is literally the mandatory starting point. Nothing else can even be tested until that heat threshold is actually met. It's step one.
And that brings us straight to the core directive here. The radiator fan should turn on automatically. I want you to really notice the emphasis on that word automatically. A healthy cooling system is entirely self-monitoring. I mean, you definitely shouldn't have to guess when your engine needs cooling, right? The whole system is brilliantly designed to just intervene exactly when that specific heat threshold is crossed.
So think about it this way. Engine heat isn't just some hazard that needs to be managed. It's actually the programmed catalyst for your vehicle's cooling response. It's kind of wild when you think about it. The problem, the heat itself, is actually the exact signal that summons the solution. It creates this active, continuous communication loop between your engine's internal sensors and that cooling fan.
It really is a perfect binary system of mechanical logic. Condition A, the engine getting hot, absolutely must result in mechanical response B, the fan turning on. Simple as that. It completely strips away all the crazy complexity of modern engineering and boils it down to one fundamental rule. If that automated response doesn't follow the hot engine condition, well, the loop is broken.
Which brings us to the absolute best part, the exact moment of payoff. See? Just like that. Those exact words from Mechanical Master perfectly capture the really satisfying reality of a functioning system. You aren't relying on vague dashboard lights or plugging in some complex OBD2 scanner here. Nope, you are relying entirely on your own two eyes, just standing there validating that those fan blades are spinning and the air is actually moving.
The real beauty of this whole thing is that closed loop. The engine builds up the heat, the system cools itself down, and boom, you get immediate visual proof that the whole shebang actually worked. There's absolutely no mystery to it. And honestly, understanding this sequence, that is exactly what separates a passive driver from someone who truly understands their vehicle's health.
Okay, so how do we take all this theory and turn it into action? It basically just becomes a super quick visual inspection. You simply and safely let the vehicle idle up to temp, you watch for that heat trigger, and you make your diagnostic judgment. It is a procedure that literally takes only a few minutes, but man, it could easily save you from a massively expensive blown head gasket or just total catastrophic engine failure. Now, this is where the source material shifts the responsibility directly onto us with one simple direct command. Make sure yours is working properly. Because let's be real, knowing how a fan works in theory doesn't help you at all if you don't actually get out there, pop the hood, and verify that the hardware sitting right in your own driveway is actually doing its job.
So we wrap up our explainer today by turning the lens directly onto your own car with the ultimate diagnostic question. Is yours working properly? Take everything we've talked about today, go pop the hood, let that engine get up to temperature, and verify your automated cooling system for yourself. Seriously, do not wait for a cloud of steam to start billowing out from under the hood on the side of a busy highway to find out you have a problem. Ask yourself, when was the very last time you actually stood there and watched your cooling fan kick on?